and was thrown out. Booker T. Washington himself, at the turn of the century, was warning of the same thing. You need to get economic power. You need to gain control of your internal markets. You need to establish your economic stability. Deal with the votes later. This is what other immigrant groups do. No, the NAACP struggled, called him an Uncle Tom, derided this man, and now what do we have? We have the right to vote while we are homeless. We have the right to vote while we are jobless. We have the right to vote while our children are miseducated. This right that we were told would bring us a cornucopia of blessings and freedoms. We have the right to ride the front of the bus and we're the only one riding on it. Yes. We have a right to sit at the lunch counter with white folk and we ain't got no money to buy a sandwich. We got all of these abstract rights, but nothing real. And this is the situation we face. We inhabit neighborhoods where the industries have flown away and left us bereft of jobs and opportunity. Why? Because we have not paid attention to the realities of our lives.
This 7-second.
What is good, my people? We are live back again with another live broadcast on the forecast. What's going on, y'all? What's going on, Cassidra? How you doing?
What's going on? How was your day today?
It's a crazy day. Just running late. You know, trying to help my sister with stuff. She got a, she's trying to, move and do all that stuff. You know.
Hey, that's all good. That's what family for, especially brothers. When it's time to move.
Yeah.
Oh yes, awesome.
Yeah, and that's why that clip I was playing at the beginning, that didn't have no commercial on there until I played it on here.
Of course. Of course. We expect the unexpected right now. Anything is possible right now.
Right.
Anything.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I didn't have time to organize too much, but I tried to put together what I could, and today is gonna be more open,
Yeah, that's fine. You need an open day sometime just to see what's on people's minds.
Right. And so and shouts out to Raw in the building. I appreciate you for coming through.
Going on, Raw.
Now I was looking at some stuff real quick, Cassidra, and me, and sometimes I go too far down the rabbit hole into the wrong way. Before we talk about, I wanted to show you some stuff that I did see though.
All right.
And then we're gonna kind of
let's go with it.
All right. So check this out. Right now, this is an update of a young brother who got drowned. I don't know if we talked about it. This happened here like a year ago.
Oh wow.
I think I talked about it before. I can't even remember, to be honest with you right now.
Okay.
But I'm gonna play this right
now.
This happened a year
was
ago.
Packed today with many people, some involved in this case, but many community members outraged by the allegations and then troubled by the judge's decision to release the young suspect.
14-year-old John Sheeran cuffed and in court on several charges, including attempted murder. He's accused of trying to drown a 15-year-old African-American teenager at Goose Pond in Chatham back in July. The attempts to pull him underwater, despite the victim telling the suspect he could not swim.
This young man, Jack Sheeran, held onto his life jacket and pulled me under the water and back and up and back repeatedly about 4 to 5 times.
Sheeran allegedly used racial slurs against the victim. When the 15-year-old screamed that he could not breathe, another juvenile called him George Floyd.
He started to shout, "I can't breathe," over and over again, and tried to get Mr. Sheeran's hands off him. Mr. Sheeran let go, and the other child started laughing. He called him George Floyd.
I can assure you at this point that this young man has absolutely no intent to murder his friend. It was a stupid act that was carried with.
Despite prosecutors asking that Sheeran be held, the judge allowed him to be released into the custody of his father. Many in the packed courtroom say that is the wrong decision.
He jeopardized somebody's life. your child, my child, somebody's life, and pretty much just put back where he came from.
It was clear based on the fact that this person who is a perpetrator got released home with conditions that we needed to show a presence.
All right, now since then, now you see that, right? You know. Now since then, all right. So a month ago, it says here he pleaded guilty to the attempted drowning. All right.
You can see 14-year-old John Sheeran leaving court after his bail hearing, briskly walking in, barely saying a word as he got into a car with his father. A judge said he can live in Chatham on a GPS device. This all stems from an incident in July where a 15-year-old black boy says Sheeran texted him to come to a Chatham pond. Then Sheeran and another.
Now this young brother went out there with all his white friends, you know.
Allegedly threw rocks at this boy and asked him to come into the water. The young man does not know how to swim and wore a life jacket. That's what investigators say. Sheeran repeatedly pulled him under the water, once called him the N-word, and another boy called him George Floyd. This young man, Jack Sheeran, held onto his life jacket and pulled me under the water. And back and up and back repeatedly about 4 to 5 times. While doing it, water went into the victim's mouth and nose and he could not breathe. He started to shout, "I can't breathe," over and over again, and tried to get Mr. Sheeran's hands off him. Mr. Sheeran let go and the other child started laughing. He called him George Floyd. The boys allegedly did stop when another child on the beach swam over to intervene. Sheeran's defense attorney, Kevin Reddington, says it was reckless teenage behavior, not attempted murder. You can see 14-year-old John Sheeran.
But you see what I'm saying? This is how they do. They fake all the time like they're your friends, right? They fake like they love you. You know, they marry you. They go after your wealth. But this is what murderers' children do. This is what demons do. So why are we shocked? But my thing is that those black parents didn't raise their son. So when you see something like this, if you know how they are, and this is why you have to teach your children who they're dealing with. You have to teach your children and help them to understand that these people are not real. You remember that movie? They're not like us. Okay, you put them glasses on. Ain't that what it is? They're not like us. Anybody, y'all need to watch that movie. When you put them glasses on, you see the real them. That little boy needs to see that movie because that's what he's dealing with. And he don't even understand it. So they faked, got him out there by the water. And then why would you, when that boy was telling you to come on in the water, why didn't you just leave? You know what, man, I'm just going on home. But you should have went out there in the first place. So now you stuck like Chuck, okay? Because you don't have sense enough to turn around and go home because your parents didn't teach you. His family didn't teach him. His mom told him they were safe. Those are friends. Those are good people. So that's what he got in his mind. So when the boy's trying to drown him, he couldn't believe it. Are we doing this? Yeah, we're doing this because I know I ain't never like you. I don't care if it's 2024 or 2023. Still don't like you. I ain't like you then, I don't like you now. And my daddy told me really how not to like you. Because that's passed down generation to generation. But this is what they do. They never think. They always getting away with something. But they think they're getting away with it. But they really don't. Because you got to reap that. Sowing and reaping is real. Okay? Just like he tried to kill that little boy. Somebody going to do something to him. It may be years out. But see, what they don't do is put 2 and 2 together. They don't understand. Then when stuff started happening, like it's happening right now, like that fire they just had California for 7 days, like the hurricane that hit North Carolina, right? And then they still outside. They still living outside right now, and it's raining. They got tents. They got houses that's not even. You see what I'm saying? So you wonder why you go through what you go through. But this is why right here. Not only did you do it, but he said, "I visit the sins of the father to 3rd and 4th generation." So what does that mean? That means that somebody gonna reap this butt whooping. Rather not you be you, but it might be your children's children for 3rd generation. Okay. And I rest with that one.
Yeah, and shouts out to Matron in the building. So to give the update to this case right here, let me see. All right, so I want to give y'all the update about what happened here. So this is what he got.
Case of attempted that sparked outrage on the Cape. A 15-year-old boy was sentenced today for his role in what prosecutors called a racially motivated attack. Our NBC 10's Mary Marcos joining us live in Barnstable with the story. Mary, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Sheeran was sentenced to 30 months probation, 720 hours of community service. And while his lawyer doesn't deny the attack itself, he claims it had nothing to do with race. Mr. Sheeran, do you have anything you'd like to say? John Sheeran walked out of court a free teen after taking a plea deal, ending his attempt case.
Unfortunately, my feeling was that I always wanted to try the case. I always have great faith in juries, but it was too risky.
The 15-year-old leaves behind an ankle monitor that's been keeping him in Chatham for over a year.
He's proud.
There's no chance for a jury to clear his name.
Look at this jacket. He's so proud.
To come up to him on the streets and call him a racist and harass him, basically, and without knowing anything of the facts.
A black youth told investigators that Sheeran repeatedly dunked his head underwater at Goose Pond in July of 2023. Court documents show that when he said he couldn't breathe, another child called him George Floyd.
There was no racial intent here whatsoever.
Oh yeah, no, hell no. Of course not.
It took on a life of its own in that regard. But you have three young individuals, and what happened happened.
Sheeran's family was with him in Barnstable Juvenile Court for the sentencing, but they didn't want to talk on camera. His lawyer, Kevin Reddington, says they're relieved.
He can go about his life and finish with his schooling. He's got a great job in the summertime, working on the boats, going to Nantucket back and forth, and he'll have a normal life.
Maybe he'll get the action that he deserves.
Yeah, I doubt it. Probably not. He probably die old dude 80 years from now. Probably. But Cassidra, now, with all of that said, Cassidra, do you want to see the worst part of all of this?
Oh, God, do I really?
I don't know if you do.
Oh, God. I'm holding on to my chair. Go ahead. I'm holding on for the takeoff. Hey, Anthony.
What's up, my brother Anthony? All right, so I ain't gonna say, I'm not gonna even say nothing. I'm gonna just
I'm holding on.
I'm gonna just play this.
I'm holding on.
All right. I kind of messed it up, but.
And assault, who ordered with a dangerous weapon. And the judge who ordered the dismissal of the 3 years, suspended sentence is what they call it, put her up full mass.
And that's some.
Oh my God. Forecast, please.
Damn.
That's the judge?
That's the judge.
We need to show up at her house. It's not even the kid's fault. We need to show up at her house. We need to show up. Seriously. Until we take care of the ones that we can't trust who's in charge, until we go and show them a visit, and maybe we need to drown her and see if we can walk away. Or maybe we need to take one of her children out there and see if we can walk away. You understand what I'm saying? But until we handle people like her and Candace and all these other people that we know are coons, because that's exactly what she is. Because you're not following the law. It bothers me when you have black folk that's in charge, that we can't even trust them to hold the law. So what do we expect white judges to do? What do you think she would have got brought up on charges if she would have held that kid accountable? But she didn't do her job. So why are we not holding people accountable in our community that's not doing what they're supposed to be doing? This is why we can't get no justice right here. If your own don't hold them accountable, who will? The white judges and the black judges won't. Oh my goodness, I'm done.
Yeah, you got to be careful. I'm saying you got to be careful with the black people that they like. Hey, we got this black person at this position. You like this might be the black person.
We already know when they hire us, we know that they coons, because they're not gonna hire somebody. I mean, to have a job like that, they're not gonna hire somebody like myself or you. They're gonna make sure they coons. They're gonna make sure that they're safe for them. They're gonna make sure that they're safe. And that's a shame, because even her, because being a coward is a sin, right? And she's a coward. She didn't have enough guts to hold that young man or that thug or that demon accountable. But what happens if it's her child? Because it's just sad. I'm done. You just blew my night. You just blew my night for Cass. When I seen her, I was like, oh my God, you got to be kidding. You have got to be kidding. Wow.
I wouldn't be surprised if she has a child that is a mixed race child.
Yes,
she probably
exactly.
feel like,
yep.
But all right. So let me play it just a minute.
Damn.
Wow.
Isn't that something?
Wow.
It is something.
Wow.
So Judge Sylvia made a statement.
Did she really?
The judge says, and I quote, I have focused on the young man here who made a horrific mistake, the judge said. Let's take race
mistake
out of.
How do you take race out of anything?
Sharon, I want to get your.
How do you take race out of it? You know what it was. How do you take that out of it? It's not gonna go anywhere. He was black. He called him an N-word, right? So we knew it was racial because he wouldn't have said the N-word. And for real, that was a hate crime. But we can never get them to hold them accountable. We can't even get our own to hold them accountable. Then you're going to say, oh, we're going to take race out of it. But it was all about race. So how could you take race out of it? This is why we don't get nothing done. This is why we get treated the way we get treated, because our own won't do anything when they have the power to do something and won't use it because she's a coward. But
well, it was a mistake that he called him the N-word and tried to drown him. Like
exactly, I know. Well, maybe somebody come and drown her.
Anyway, now I want to show you something that's like the opposite of that. You know what I'm saying? From a different perspective. Now, you know, this judge here with Ahmaud Arbery, the DA chick or whatever.
I remember.
So they have an update for her as well, right?
Wow.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mike Sela. We do begin today with some breaking news. The trial against former Brunswick District Attorney Jackie Johnson is over. Today, the judge throwing out the last remaining charge against her in connection to the Ahmaud Arbery murder investigation.
Wow.
Flynn
See how they cover for each other?
Lynn County, and he joins us now live outside the courthouse.
We can't
Flynn,
do that.
walk us through the judge's decision today.
Well, Mike, this ruling essentially ended the trial without it going into the hands of the jury. This morning, the judge essentially dismissed count one of the indictment, which accused Johnson of violating her oath by using her power as top prosecutor to favor her former investigator and one of Arbery's convicted murderers, Greg McMichael. The judge siding with Johnson's lawyers, who said the 2010 oath she's accused of violating is expired, and her more recent oath is the one that mattered. Prosecutors argued since the oath wording is the same each time it's given, the case could move forward. We have just gotten a statement from Arbery's father, Marcus, who said that while Jackie Johnson's charges may not have met the criminal system's burden of proof, her inaction did cause pain and unparalleled burden to my family. We also talked to his lawyer, Brian Steele, not too long ago.
Well, I should have brought it up because dude just said they got the lynch mob, so apparently not all of them, you know, because the most dangerous species of all of them, the white bitch.
Yes.
She gets away every time. Every time. And as black dudes, we fall for it every time too. Yeah. Black people, black women fall for it too, to be real. But anyway.
So outside the courthouse, you told us that this is a win and that the charges should never have been brought in the first place. Now, earlier this week, the judge already threw out the other charge that Johnson faced, saying that there was not one scintilla of evidence that prosecutors presented that showed former DA Johnson obstructed.
And prosecutors did a horrible job if they didn't see it. Then the prosecutors was working along with her because they all hang out. They all, friends, for really friends, right? So they did a horrible job. If you mean to tell me that she knew him, she knew what had happened and didn't bring up charges how it was somebody else. Didn't they pull her off the case or something? And they brought up on charges or something, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm not sure.
Okay, it's just crazy. But you know what? It doesn't shock me though, because this is what they do. They can stick together. Oh, they gonna stick together. But if that black woman had done her job, they would probably dismiss her. They would have brought her up on charges. We know how the justice system works. We know that. Look at what's her name? The one in what is the name of that lady? She's in Boston. She's a black lady, and she brought those charges up on the police officers, and they brought her up on charges, and they said she used her pension to buy some property or something, and they literally brought her and her husband up on charges, and they divorced. You know who I'm talking about?
Marilyn Mosby.
Yes, that case is the worst case ever. I'm serious. They brought her up on charges. She used her own money, her 401k. to buy property, and they said it was fraud, right? How many people do that every day, right? But when black folk do anything because you don't like us doing our job by holding police officers accountable, because that's really what it was about. She bought police officers up on charges. They didn't like that, so then they went after her and her family, right? They got her to a point where she couldn't even run for office again, which is what they was trying to do anyway. So now she, they disbarred her. She's don't even have her degree, her law degree anymore. It's a shame. It's a mess. It's a whole mess. Then she wanted to go out of town to get a job, and they wouldn't even let her leave town to go get another job. Ain't that something? Want to keep you? This whole system is just jacked up. The whole system sucks.
Yeah, and shouts out to I used to always say all the time, Judge Olu Stevens.
Yes. Stevens,
yes. Yeah, that's the brother.
He was the only one I knew that did the right thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he didn't let a black defendant have an all-white jury, and so they tried to charge him and stuff.
Yep, he didn't even charge him. He said, nope, dismiss charges. Nope, didn't even let. Now that right there, but that's how we're supposed to act. That's how we're supposed to do it.
Yeah, and then if you look on here, like a video that got like the most views on my channel is like about this state attorney, district attorney in Florida, Aramis Ayala, and she was just trying to get rid of the death penalty because, black people get the death penalty in Florida, the only people that get the death penalty.
Yes,
and
Florida is the most racist besides Texas and Mississippi, Alabama, America.
And even though she was an elected official or elected like a judge, they took all her cases from her, suspended her, and all that stuff just because she wasn't letting them do stuff to black people.
Ain't that something? Ain't that something? Remember that Judge Karen? I think she was out of who they ended up putting her behind bars because they wanted to treat the little black kids any kind of way in her court, and she said no. And she required them to have clean this, clean that. And she was really sticking up for the kids. They brought her up on charges, and they said, oh, you hired your brother to come to work. And they brought her up on 4 charges. It was crazy. And I'm like, everybody bring their family members in. You can see some of these people, the mama, the daddy, the grandpa, and the grandkids working, and nobody says anything. But anytime black folk do anything, they can, you can't, don't even try it. You bring them up on charges. They literally gave her 30 days, took her license and everything. I'm telling you, they be going to the extreme. Going to the extreme. And then they end up arresting or charging her attorney and took his license. It was a mess. They dragged her out of court, took her to jail. It was a mess. I was like, look at this. These people crazy.
Right. And and I was, it was a conversation months ago, about nepotism. And when black people have nepotism, even other black people be like, oh, this ain't right. This is nepotism, Yes. And by the way, that's you hiring your own child or making sure that your child got with all of them white dudes who in powerful positions appoint their children. That's called
nepotism. They do it all the time. And nobody say nothing. And that's the problem. Because black folk don't holler enough. When they do stuff, we don't say nothing. But let you do something, they got so much to say. And until black folk do unto others, you can't. If I can't, you can't. And I'm bringing you up on charges like you brought me up on charges. But we don't ever do that because we don't want to make white folk mad. Get out of here.
Yeah. And this was another one from this happened a year ago. I did a talk about this like a long time ago, like when I was making like the regular videos. I never said this, but I guess I could play it because it makes sense, right?
A man accused of shooting and killing a teen will not be charged directly in his death, but he's not off the hook completely. Craig Butler is now charged with improper handling of a firearm and tampering with evidence. Butler was originally accused
remember
of
that. Are you
shooting
serious?
13-year-old Sinze Reed last October. He maintains that he fired in self-defense. Charges were later dismissed.
How you find a
His
self-defense
family
before he didn't have a gun?
Developments. We'll send things out now to Tom Bosco in downtown Columbus right now. You talk with a family attorney, Tom. What's he saying?
Well, actually, I spoke with an activist who is also a spokesperson. First, I wanted to mention I did reach out to Sinze Reed's mother. She said she's not ready to talk about this.
Oh my God, I can't.
That family spokesperson, that activist, says he is unhappy and confused.
No, this is 2022, and this happened in 2024.
By the indictment
Or
that was
2023,
handed
maybe,
up
I
by
don't
the
know.
grand jury.
And I want justice just like they want justice.
But what happened today is not justice, not in Ramon Obey's mind, at least. He's an advocate and has been speaking for the family of Sinze Reed.
Wow.
13-year-old shot and killed last October by 36-year-old Craig Butler. Butler shot the teen from inside his car. Police arrested Butler days later and charged him with murder, but later dropped that charge after Butler claimed self-defense.
Butler claimed it. You talking about the dude that shot the other dude, the baby, claimed it was self-defense, and they let him go. Boy, I tell you, I'm done.
Of murder, but handed up an indictment on 2 lesser charges: improper handling of a gun in a motor vehicle, a third-degree felony, and tampering with evidence, a 4th-degree felony.
I don't know how you can claim self-defense from shooting from your car and then fleeing the scene and then not reporting it to the police. And I don't know how anybody could hear an argument of self-defense like Craig's and think, yeah, that's the guy who was trying to protect themselves.
The big unanswered
From a baby, a 13-year-old baby.
They
Ain't that something?
had a gun. Butler told investigators the teen did have a gun, but the family of Sinze Reed says otherwise.
As far as I know, Sensei did not have a gun.
Neither Columbus police nor prosecutors will answer the question definitively.
Well, if he like, and trust me, I did enough of these to show, like, and even on that front, I probably, if you look up on my channel, like whenever this happened, if they have a gun, they're going to show the gun. You know what I'm saying? They're
Exactly.
You know, they
Oh
have
my
a
God,
picture.
I'm done. Lord have mercy. Ooh. I cannot. This show right here is really getting me.
I know. We almost do this part.
Oh boy, this is crazy. And he's still living. And he's still walking around just like George. What's his name? Who was the boy? George.
Zimmerman.
Yeah, still just as happy and just not even threatened, huh? But these gang dealers, gang bangers running around killing each other. And let just the white bloods just let me live to be 100. Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah, I promise I'm gonna try to be more positive.
Woo!
For what I can.
Lord, forecast that one. I don't know which one the worst, the black judge of this one.
And so
wow.
I wanna play a little bit of what this dude. He talked for hella long, so I ain't gonna play for a minute.
To many African Americans.
So why do a lot of basically black children have white bitches teaching them in schools?
That's true.
Becoming public school teachers. And they're not barriers put in place by Donald Trump. In fact, they're barriers that are put in place and kept in place by many Democrats. These are people who side with the teachers union.
And I will say this, they all put them in place. All right.
Oh,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? They all put them in place. So we're not going to separate them because they'd be stupid not to. We're the only stupid ones that need education and shit.
Which is overwhelmingly white. And they keep in place a number of strategies that will ensure that and have ensured that African Americans don't teach in public schools.
Yep.
You think, well, but they're liberals and they say that they care about diversity, equity, and inclusion. Well, until it costs them their jobs and their hold on what we refer to as public education, in which case then they don't care. Then they just care about their jobs, which are typically given to white women, as the majority of America's public school teachers are white women. One such barrier that is put in place and kept in place that ultimately ensures that African Americans don't become teachers is the praxis exam. The praxis exam is a series of tests that in most states is a requirement in order to become a teacher. The praxis exam is owned and operated by the same people who own and operate the SAT, the College Board. This examination is put in place to lead people to believe that if you pass it, you can become a teacher, and you will, in fact, be a certified teacher. The problem is that you don't need to pass praxis in order to be a good teacher. In fact, you can look at many schools and find that many of your private schools don't require that the teachers who teach in the school pass or even sit for the praxis examination.
See, like, and the thing is, right, what they do is like they have their own communities where they have private schools where they all put their money together to make sure they can, in private schools, they can do whatever the hell they want to. They don't have to do whatever the state tells them. They're not getting nothing. They can teach them what they want. They can bring in who they want, however many students they want. They can do whatever they want. But you can also do the same thing, though.
Right.
So
why aren't we?
That's a good question. And, I ain't gonna keep playing what he's talking about, but
I mean, he's got a good point, though. He's got a real good point, because we have plenty of teachers, but it's said that certain teachers, they don't allow certain teachers to teach certain things. You see a lot of white teachers teaching history. Why do you think that is? A lot of white history teachers teaching our black children, but that's done on purpose. That's done on purpose. You don't see a whole lot of black men teaching either. And the ones that was teaching in Chicago, those Muslim brothers, they got rid of them because they cared too much. They was a great influence on this school, and those boys weren't getting in trouble, and they took them right up out of there. Sure did. They fired both of them on some mess with some white folk. Said they was all whatever. You know how they team up against our brothers, and they fired both of them.
So speaking of white teachers, check this out.
Who she sleep with?
She was trusted by the school district and by parents. But tonight, a fifth grade teacher in Cape May Courthouse is accused of having a sexual relationship with one of her students. Detectives say the abuse.
I knew it. They're in fifth grade. How old are you in fifth grade?
Now guess. Now you know what student it is, though. Cassidra.
Oh God, please help me. Go ahead.
Now I can't blame him because he's young and he probably don't know no better. You know what I'm saying? But he's not been. Yeah,
you know y'all.
Yeah, and he don't got nobody teaching him like
right. Tell his daddy or tell his uncle, and oh, you gotta come on, go ahead.
Yeah, because like when she's like having a baby, you screwed for life now, bro. Like,
are you serious? She did not. Did she have a baby too? Oh God,
she's pregnant. That's why she got caught.
Oh Lord, have mercy. Ain't that something? Go ahead.
Started when the child was 11 and lasted 3 years, and that the two share a child.
Oh my
Wednesday night, I'm Shari Williams. Rick has the night off. The big story on Action News tonight is a South Jersey teacher behind bars accused of sexually assaulting a young boy and having a child with him. Action News reportedly Lynn Pender has the story from Cape May County, and detectives say the investigation is far from over.
This happened before.
Cape May County prosecutors office.
Yeah, it happened all the time.
Yeah, remember this was another case. A boy was 13 and had a baby with the teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness, Lord have mercy. Go ahead.
Well, you know how it is with
they
used to be in caves and stuff all the time.
Oh my God, these little beasts.
Like, this is my theory, right? This is the problem, right? Like, I think that, when black people like start exploring the world, you ran into a cave with a bunch of Neanderthals and a black dude, like just like a black dude today was like, oh, look at that beast on all fours and in the cave doing that, and I don't know what it is, and we've been like stuck ever since for like the last couple thousand years, you know. But I don't know.
It's both investigating here. Prosecutors say these alleged crimes occurred between 2016 and 2020, but the arrests just coming Wednesday. They're now asking anyone that might have even more information to please come forward. Once a fifth grade teacher, now behind bars with bond revoked. 34-year-old Laura.
A fifth grade teacher got pregnant by her student, not even high school, fifth grade. It's crazy.
Karen was taken into custody at a home on Orbit Drive Wednesday in Cape May Courthouse. Prosecutors allege she sexually assaulted a former student for several years and had his baby.
Do you know Miss Karen? There's nothing to see here. There's no one that wants to speak with you.
This unidentified man pulled up to the home while we were there. A short time later, another woman appeared from the home after we'd already left.
Do you want to talk to us?
No, I don't. I want you to see.
You came outside. Please, I'm willing to talk to you. Authorities say the abuse began when the victim was 11 years old. According to the criminal complaint, a few years later, Karen gave birth to the victim's baby. Karen taught at Middle Township Elementary No. 2, and the victim was once her student. Prosecutors say Karen and the victim's family became friends, leading to the victim and his siblings staying overnight with Karen once or twice a week, but at some point they began living with Karen permanently. Investigators say the case came to light last month when the victim's father posted on social media saying Karen's 5-year-old child looked very similar to him and his son. Neighbors say the arrest Wednesday appeared discreet. This woman said she saw multiple black SUVs but didn't realize they were police.
If it's true, I feel sorry for the people.
According to the prosecutor.
If it's true. Do you see that though, Cassidra?
That's crazy. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? That's disgusting. But remember, Mary Lou, I just sent you something, and she recently died, but this woman did the same thing. I just sent it to you, and I was looking for the part where she died. She just died, like at 58 or something, but she just died, But it's so sad. She ended up marrying she had like, 2 kids by him, if I'm not mistaken. Judge told her not to mess with the boy again, and she then went back and messed with the boy, and had another baby or something. It's crazy.
Yeah, she ended up getting married to the dude.
Yes, and then she ended up dying just a few weeks ago, I think.
Yeah, married Kayla Turner.
Yes, the loose. Yep.
Yeah, and that goofball dude. Yeah, let's try to pull it up. But yo, just to switch it up a little bit, Cassidra, I want to play this because we're gonna start getting into some more positive. But I want to play this real quick.
I think it's funny how everybody's true colors are coming out, especially the black people, because y'all are quick to forget what country you guys flee to shelter when you were slaves. You're quick to forget when black.
Now, she said black people fled to Mexico, right? Now, it was a black dude, Vincent Guerrero or something like that. I can't pronounce it right now, but a black dude that freed Mexico. And then they killed him because he was a black dude who was the president, right? The only time a black dude been president. And Mexico was trying to be down with they was letting all the slave owners down. So what she's saying there is not true, But that's a whole nother thing.
Black Lives Matters movement was happening. Who was right there next to y'all? Y'all quick to forget that every time.
And also what she just said, when she's like, oh yeah, everybody wasn't the Palestinians was with us, the Arabs was with it, now the Mexicans was with us. People be really trying to tell us history we hadn't just lived through it a couple months ago, a couple years ago, and acting we didn't just see everything that we just saw, and now none of that was real. We was just tripping. I don't know why people do that so much.
To shelter when you were slaves. You're quick to forget when Black Lives Matters movement was happening. Who was right there next to y'all? Y'all quick to forget that every time you guys are out there protesting for your rights, who was right there next to y'all? Now you're out here making videos talking about let's sit this one down. But you're also quick to talk shit on us. And then when we say something, you're quick to play the victim card and say, well, you're being, when y'all are starting it. But to each their own. Now, funny, you wanna call me Gore, that bitch, but you're over here looking like this. You look like a man, babe. But Oh, and since you wanna learn Spanish so bad, tú eres una puta gorda que aparte de negra eres naca. Well, since you wanna talk like that, none of us this went down.
And be even louder than we were before. And thank you for coming out and actually saying what other Latinas want to say but won't say because they too scared to say. You said this from a backup page. Yep, that's you. But this is your real page. Why don't you say it on this page? And baby, next time you go to Tijuana to get you a BBL, make sure they get your chin too. You don't.
Anyway, so yo, this Latina woman, you finna stand up for them, Cassidra?
Lost their mind, honey. I don't give a dang about none of them crazy stuff.
Yeah, but and the thing about it is like, this is what I'm saying. Like with Black people, I think that is a good thing that we finally starting to be like, hey, look, we don't have no friends. So imagine that, but like we starting to wake up and maybe fight back and stand up for ourselves a little bit. I'm hoping. I'm just really talking about hope for real. It's a dirty word, but that's all I got, And I want to show you like this was one of the brothers who showed this thing from this thing I'm in. Let me play it.
The cop's gonna give us an escort to Freddie's car. Oh, fuck yeah. And he's gonna let the boss.
Look at all the niggers coming.
I
think you got problems, J-Bo.
Well, that's what I was concerned. I was like, you guys are driving the truck, and my little ass is gonna be walking by all the niggers. And they call us cowards, but we're out here.
Look at the niggers coming.
They're all coming.
Oh, no, this ain't the right one, but anyway.
Okay, we think
we're outnumbered now.
We're in the thick now, niggers.
Nah.
Oh my goodness, huh?
I'm ready to fight. Fuck them niggers.
You can't fight, boy.
Right.
Oh, you can't fight, boy. You're nothing without your buddies.
Damn. Now I had the wrong one because I had a one where the dude was I probably can't show it right now, but I'll show it next time. But I had one where it was like the brothers was recording and showing like them standing up to him. I picked the wrong one.
Wow.
Where the brothers confronted them with their own thing. I guess I'll try to show it.
We have to see that forecast. Come on now. You got to give us something.
All right, yeah, because all right, hold on. All right, I'll try to find it real quick. But,
you got to give us something. Oh my goodness.
All right, I'll try to find it real quick.
Revenge.
All right, I'll play this while I'm trying to find it.
Apparent Nazis demonstrated in a greater Cincinnati neighborhood, and the people living there immediately sent the message they're not welcome. WCPO 9 News reporter Sean Delancey shows us how they drove hate out of Lincoln Heights.
People from the historically Black Lincoln Heights community were quick to tell a group of people waving swastika flags on that overpass over I-75 that they are not welcome here. In fact, that black blob on the concrete right over there is the charred remnants of one of those flags burned to a crisp. Waving swastika flags, some armed with rifles. Eric Ruffin took this video of a group of apparent Nazis in Lincoln Heights where he says they called him the N-word.
Officially letting you know there is racism in America. This is absolutely ridiculous.
Other videos show counter-protesters breaking through a police line to confront them. The group that eventually grew to more than 100 took a swastika emblazoned flag and set it aflame, leaving just this blob. Charlene Evans helped set it on fire.
In this neighborhood, we do stand for something. This here turf is golden soil, and it won't be tarnished with things like that.
One man arranged bullets to spell out LH on the flag, a message not to return to Lincoln Heights, to lower the temperature.
We need you, Lord, now to come in the midst of it.
Lincoln Heights Baptist Church began a spontaneous prayer.
So it's all about faith. We are doing the work of God.
Still, anger went beyond the white supremacist display to the police who kept the group separate.
Nobody's coming to save us. They allowing the Nazis in.
In a statement, the Evendale Police Department says that while the protest was very offensive, it was not illegal. Look, the Sheriff's Department responding in a statement of their own that they responded to de-escalate the situation and make sure that no one was hurt. Looking forward, Pastor Julian Cook has a message.
There are obviously people who want to spread hate right now.
All right, my bad, I had to find it real quick. All right, so let me stop it and then bring it up. But what you think about that, Cassidra?
Oh my goodness. Oh Lord. I'm so sick of them. I don't know what to do. I'm sick of them. Can't live. I can live without them. I'm just saying. You know, they say, oh, you can't live with them, can't live without them. Oh, I can live without them. Absolutely. Right. Absolutely could. I could separate from them today.
Yeah.
It would be so great never, ever, ever have to see another one ever again.
Yeah, that's facts. Damn, I thought I had it. Let me see.
Sometimes, you know, we get confused because we go to school with them, you know, and we live amongst them. You think they're your friends, but just because people don't call you N-words to your face don't mean they don't like you. Oh, Anthony said he was backstage.
Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah. Oh, damn. Yeah, come back, Anthony. My bad. I didn't even see you, bro. You ain't back there.
Oh, sorry. I didn't see it either until I just looked.
All right. There you go. Yo, what's going on, my brother?
Hey, what's up, man? What's going on, Cassidra? How you doing?
What's up, Anthony? How you doing?
Yeah, I've been back in about 20 minutes. Yeah, man, I've been backstage about 20 minutes, man. I say, oh, yeah, I must have had a closed day going on today. Yeah, but yeah, what's going on? Hello?
I don't know what for.
Oh, damn, my bad. I was muted. No, I was saying yeah, just put it in the regular chat and we'll be able to see it. I can't really see the other one, but yeah. What's going on, my brother? How you doing?
No, man, I'm chilling, man. I just got through eating and everything. And said coming in and check out the program, man, see what's going on, man.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Shit, I'm trying to bring up the I'm trying to bring it up, but it's a regular video, so it ain't like online. So I'm trying to get it on here. But yeah, say something real quick, Cassidra, while I'll try to pull it up.
Oh my goodness, Anthony, you see what's going on? What's going on? You see what's going on? You see the show?
Yeah.
The black boy, you know, got killed or, you know, self-defense. That's crazy.
Yeah, I was looking at the last one. I seen the last one. I walked in, I seen the last one about the Nazis or the neo-Nazis, whatever, coming to the black neighborhood. You know, the one thing that caught my attention was it'll never fail. We're gonna have some old preacher. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Some old preacher gonna come now and let's pray. You know what I'm saying? And you know what happened with let's pray. Okay, we all, you know, it's gonna be the brotherhood of man and all this, and he gonna cool them brothers and sisters off. You know what I'm saying? When them brothers and sisters was ready to kick somebody's ass.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you're gonna have a preacher that's gonna come there, one of them old preachers gonna come there and cool everybody out. You know what I'm saying? That's what always happens. You know, when it's time for war, when it's time to do battle, man, and this is time to do battle right now. You know what I'm saying? These honkies ain't playing and we ain't playing neither. You know what I'm saying? That's the attitude that we gotta have. We ain't playing. Look here, if you bring your ass over here in my neighborhood, man, I'm gonna smoke your motherfucking ass. You know what I'm saying? That's what will happen. And hey, we gonna do it at night time when nobody don't see it, but you gonna get your ass knocked off. You know what I'm saying? But here he come. somebody gonna come and be the voice of reason. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna bring a preacher and whoever to cool everything out. And we gotta, hey man, we gotta say, preacher, look here, we respect you. You know you're a man of the book or whatever. But you had to sit this one out this time. You know what I'm saying? You had to sit this one out because it also was in that book that, okay, I turned the other cheek once. That don't mean I got to turn the other cheek all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, facts. My bad, y'all. I'm having
You can't find it. That's okay.
No, yeah, I got it. It was just farther back than I thought. I found one of them. I'm trying to get the other one, the right one. All right, yeah, I got it right here though. It's saying it's like unavailable though. What the hell?
I think even when it comes to the preachers, we have to, ask them to have a seat. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully. Because these pastors, we already know they're not doing what they're supposed to do anyway. So you can, feel free, respectfully, pastor, we're going to ask you to have a seat to, sit this one out. Because, we don't want to disrespect you, but we're going to, let you have a seat.
Yeah.
Yeah, and consider that's one thing. I don't have a problem with the pastor. You know what it is? But we need a Reverend Nat Turner though. You know what I'm saying? We need Reverend Nat Turner and not Reverend whoever else. You know what I'm saying? We need Reverend Nat Turner.
Exactly. Right. Exactly.
All right, I'm gonna just play this one because it's just messing up. Every time I click on it, it goes to a different one. So I'm gonna just play this one real quick.
Okay.
All right. I probably shouldn't even be showing it.
All
right, so this is from some of the brothers that came out there, and it was like 2 or 3 videos, but it kept messing up. Let me see. It's another one, I think. Them trying to go up there. All right, so this, I don't know if I can.
Shit right here, right there where you hit it, nigga. Yeah, nigga, I should beat the fuck out you more, nigga. Yeah, nigga, clean all that shit. Nigga, what's your fucking problem, nigga? What's your problem, nigga? I should split your other side, cuz. Oh, me, nigga? What, you racist, nigga, or what? Nigga, clean.
So apparently this white boy ran up on him and got,
You had to ask him that? Well, you had to ask him that.
Right.
Who cares?
Yeah, I can't find the videos I want. I don't know. But because they was having videos when them trying to go up there to confront them. But anyway, but yeah. So we go on to the next thing though. I want to show you something else too, Cassidra. Now I don't know if this is true or not here, right? But it's a bunch. You see, it say a 6-year-old. This young 6-year-old here shot a cop to save her mom, right? And I don't know if it's true or not, right? It ain't too many, but we're gonna say it's true right now.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Now we're gonna just act like
a
it's true.
6-year-old, you can do what grown folks should have been doing.
That's all I'm saying.
What?
We're gonna act like this is all fact, and it probably is, but
okay, let's see what we've got here.
she still had common sense. She ain't been indoctrinated yet, so she knew
exactly. That's what it was.
Mm-hmm. So I'll let him tell the story.
Receipt for the TV that you bought. She said, "Man, she just told you I bought the TV." She just pushed past him and went on to her car. So by the time she gets to her car with her daughter, she puts her daughter in the car. She calls this brother over to help her put the TV in the car. Just as they go to put the TV in the car, this white cop, female cop, pulls up on her and said, "Put your hands up, put your hands up." You know, and you know, you suspected of stealing this TV and on. She's like, "Miss, I didn't take the TV. I didn't take the TV." And then the cop, the female cop, and they said she already had a reputation of being overly aggressive. And then she grabbed the mother with the TV. She grabbed her arm, twisted her arm, threw her down to the ground, got on top of her, and began to choke her. And her 6-year-old daughter is in the car, panicking. Her 6-year-old daughter knew that her mother had a firearm in the car. The 6-year-old daughter went and got the firearm, took the safety off the firearm, got out the car, and pointed the gun at the female white cop and said, "Get the hell off." Her mother had passed out at that time.
Whoa.
And this white girl choking her to death. And she said, "Get off my mother. Get off my mother." The white cop turned around, faced the daughter, saw she had a gun in her hand, reached for her service weapon, and the young girl shot her in the eye. The judge said, "I'm dismissing all charges on this little girl." And on the mother, because they eventually, of course, went back into Walmart and pulled up the receipt off the computer register, and then pulled the receipt and said she paid for the TV. On top of that, the white cop had choked her mother out. Mother was unconscious. So the judge said the girl was justified in blowing that cop away. But of course, you know, she's gonna be traumatized from now on.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if that's true or not, right? But we're gonna say it's true, right?
Well, it's a few stories. I'm looking, it's a few stories. So something got to be going on. It's a few stories. I mean, I'm proud of the baby. She did what most adults wouldn't have. She didn't have no fear, please. No fear. She saved her mom. She did what she didn't, you know, she's 6. You know, you don't want her to go through, you know, being traumatized, but she's 6 and she said, "Hey, I got to save my mom." You know, 6 years old, had to do what a grown person should have done that was out there. We have a right to fight for our lives. We have a right, you know, to fight for our family. We have a right, a God-given right. When you see a thug in blue acting like that, we have a God-given right to save our families. And unfortunately, she was a baby, but she did what she needed to do.
Yeah. Right. And
I mean, I just hate that it had to be the baby to do it. You know what I'm saying? Where were the men? Were there no other people in this lot? You know what I'm saying? Was there no men in the lot?
According to a story, a man was helping her put the TV in the car. So I don't know what happened.
Oh, so where was he?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Story, but. Wow. So she was gonna shoot the baby. She was gonna shoot the baby, and the baby said, "Nope. Here you go. Have a good night. Night.
Yeah.
Night.
A 6-year-old got more common sense than most of us.
Exactly. She said, "Night."
Well, they said this why they showing the little girl's picture. I'm not sure if that's even the little girl there, but I'm not sure. You know, what's going on, William Bell? I appreciate it.
But you know, they always show our babies. They don't show their babies, but they always show our babies. You know that.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Because they want somebody to do something to the girl. That's all that is. But I'm gonna tell you what, I'd be ready for them.
Yeah, that is a fact though. They do show underage,
hurt my baby.
Black children, but they won't show, just like they show Ayala Jones and all of these young people, that they wouldn't show like a white kid unless it's to make them the victim or something, you know. But what you think about that, my brother Anthony?
Yeah, I heard somebody else talking about that too, man, on another platform talking about that. So I mean, I'm like you, I need to investigate it further to see if it's true, because so before I start, celebrating, I might put it on the Black History Month chart. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to find out if it's true, but I've heard other people. I think that guy right there, But I've heard other people talking about it, though. Several other people talking about it. And all I can say this is consider white folks train their children to shoot too. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah, and obviously that baby knew how to shoot a gun. You know what I'm saying? So a mom and daddy them probably taught how to shoot a gun. You know what I'm saying? It ain't the easiest thing. Look here, I know grown people. I know my mama gonna know how to pull a trick, you know, like with the gun I had. You know what I'm saying? It ain't that easy. And then a baby like that, man, that baby probably had some experience, man. They probably taught that baby how to shoot. They probably say, hey, look here, one day you might have to shoot this damn thing to protect yourself. You know what I'm saying? So hey man, all I can say, man, shit, right on, baby girl. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
right
look.
on, you know, you stood up for your family, man. You know, she a hero to me. A shero rather.
Yeah. Hey, look, like as far as I'm concerned, is you know it's true as hell. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna put it in the history books as the young sister who started the revolution, who's seen her mama, you know what I'm saying, getting just like any story, like a story like in history where a young brother, his mom was getting beat up in a pawn shop or something like that, and he ended up beating up the white dude, throwing him through a window, and then a whole riot started. But as far as I'm concerned, you know what I'm saying, this is history. It's real, you know what I'm saying, because like this baby has the common sense that of protecting her mother, her family, and she ain't been indoctrinated or what may happen to me, what may do this, what may do that. Like the only thing, I don't know if they would let her off or not, but as far as I'm concerned, yeah, it is. It's a story of like victory. I'm gonna run with it. So I don't know. I don't know what y'all think about that. And shouts out to MD2 in the building. Appreciate you, my brother.
Welcome in.
All right, so we talk about one more thing before we get off of here. Now I'll just show this one. All right, now this is, I guess, short. It's your boy Al Sharpton. He leads a buy-in at Costco in support of the company's commitment, or I don't know if they are committed, but whatever, to DEI. And black people come together for this. Williams said, if it's true, the mainstream media will cover it up and embolden other people to do the same. Yeah, you know, we should have the courage of this young. She should be revered, you know. So it's your
that's
boy.
why we're supposed to bring it up, William. That's why we're supposed to bring it up. If the white media is not going to bring it up, this should have been on top of everybody's story.
Yeah, facts. So, okay. This is a line to go to freaking Costco. As if Costco is any better, you know what I'm saying? Now, like, it's no different from going to Walmart. Like, and like, you should probably see who like really owns most of these companies too, by the way. But I don't know. What you think about that, Cassidra? Leading a buy-in to go to Walmart. I mean, to Costco.
I think it sucked. He could have did a buy-in at some black-owned businesses, and that's not what he did. Why didn't he? You went to Costco's, but you didn't go to a black-owned stores. Costco is billions of dollars already. So why go? Why? You know. So was he really there to help black people? He gave $2,000 to a white-owned company, but you can do that to black-owned companies to encourage black people to support black-owned businesses. That makes more sense to me. But anytime he moves, I'm looking sideways always at him, Jesse, and all of them. You look sideways at them because you know they're not good for anybody, not even themselves. So why do we expect him to do the right thing? Because he thinks like them. He acts like them. He does what they command him to do because, you know, they own him. They own his soul. What's a man if he gain the world but lose his soul? And that's what happened to Black leaders. They've gained the world and have lost their souls. That's the saddest thing to me. Black leaders, period. But that was done on purpose. When MLK said, hey, let's go over there and join them. We lost everything. We lost our power. We lost our land. We lost homes. We lost everything to go and be with white folk and got up under them. Ain't that the craziest thing? I can't, that just blows my mind to even think that somebody would think that's a good idea. Okay, let's give up everything we have to go drink their water. Well, damn, their water is just as, we're drinking the same water. Our water would have been better than their water if we had stayed over separated and done what we need to do in our community. It would have looked a whole lot better than theirs. We just wanted it today. But if we had stayed where we needed to be, it would have been. Over time, it would have looked it would have been better because we build better. We don't build, we build better. America looks the way it looks because of us, because we built it. Right. And now we've made so many of them rich by supporting them with our money. We don't even have enough sense to take our money away from them and give it to each other. Let's make millionaires among us. Let's support the Black beauty supply place. We'll go down the street to the Chinese. That's how Willie Lynch. That's how we know Willie Lynch is still among us. But go ahead, I rest.
No, I mean, yeah, that's facts. And I was gonna do a whole thing leading to this, talking about maybe we can talk about it. Mistakes made during the Montgomery bus boycott. Oh God, yes. And what could have been done and what could have been achieved.
Yes, that needs to be next week.
And because I'm so many Black people finally hey, we need to start boycott. Well, okay, yeah. Well, I wouldn't necessarily say Costco is the place to go to start your boycott.
God, no.
Yeah, what you think about that, my brother Anthony?
Yeah, I would just say this right here. Okay, about this leadership, like Cassidra was talking about the leadership. You know what, Cassidra? Those we don't have no leadership. Those leaders, right? Like Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, people like that. They were never leaders who came from the people anyway. That was the leaders that they set in front of you. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Those were the guys that they put. Okay, these are your leaders. And notice how they always a minister, a reverend. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Always a pastor. You know what I'm saying? I mean, those are the guys that they set in front of you. And you know that, like you said, those guys are working. They'll say some Black shit every now and then. They'll bring up Black this. But they, at the end, the money is the most important thing for them. Because like you said, they've been bought and paid for. Al Sharpton been bought and paid for a Negro his whole life. Yeah. His whole political life. He always been a bought and paid for a Negro. Jesse Jackson been a bought and paid for a Negro. You know what I'm saying? He gon', like I said, they will say some Black shit every now and then to get you riled up. Okay, yeah.
I ain't heard none of that.
Yeah, I mean, like I am somebody. Okay, yeah. What he trying to tell you that you still that man's slave because that's what he trying to make you be. You know what I'm saying? Now here you go, like you said, go in here. I mean, in support of some goddamn white store. You know what I'm saying? How is that benefiting us? Well, they paid him. Hey, Mr. Sharpton, we see Black people across the country that start holding their damn money, like Bakari say. And they ain't coming to these damn stores like that no more. We need somebody to come. We need you to go out here and kind of smooth this thing out for us. So you gonna come over there in support of a white business. You know what I'm saying? Man, come on, man. You gonna come support white business. No, man, that's and we fall for it every time, you know what I'm saying? We need to just
every time.
Yeah, he gonna come up there with his old slick talk and all that old shit there. Next thing okay, we back to business now. We back, y'all, let's call out the unspoken boycott and everything. But no, man, we ain't never had no leaders. The last time we had a real leader was Malcolm X. You know what I'm saying? A leader who was for us. Yeah. Uncompromising. Yeah. Uncompromising. Yeah, we can see Dr. King at the end. He probably seen, well, you know what, man, I fucked up. You know what I'm saying? I fucked up. But it was too late. Because it was too late for him, though. You know what I'm saying? It was too late for him. Oh, you see you done fucked up. Pow. You know what I'm saying? But we ain't had no real strong leadership since a brother like Malcolm. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who is uncompromised. We got to have uncompromised leadership. And all these Negroes here is compromised. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't talking about land for black people, you know what I'm saying? We need some land. That's what I'm talking about. If we gonna be here, you know what I'm saying? We need some land. You know what I'm saying? Because the basis of power is land. You know, they talk about our black buying power and all that, but hell, we don't produce. You got to produce something. No, hey, you ain't gonna buy your way into power. You know, by spending and buying shit. Yeah, we buy a whole bunch of shit. We consumers. You know what I'm saying? But we need land. We need some land. You know, the bill our agricultural base. You know what I'm saying? You know, the plant, the crops and everything. You know, and the minerals and all that stuff. That's what if we talking about real black power here. You know what I'm saying? We need our own land. If you ain't talking about that, you just talking about still having a better position on the plantation to me. Well, let's try to get us let's try to get up in the big house and out the field, y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing you talking about. If you ain't talking about having some land of your own. No, I'm saying if we go be here. I mean, you know, I'm like you consider. I'm gonna get the fuck up out of here when I'm able to.
I swear, y'all can have it. I ain't bad. Nothing.
But what I'm saying is, if you gonna be here and talking about power, the only black power that you need to be talking about is having a land of your own. That's it. Anything else, all you just asking for is a seat at the white man's table.
And that's exactly what they asked for. And that's what they didn't get. We still ain't got no seat at the table.
Yeah. And MD2 said, buy-in, the limits of insanity have truly been achieved. And MD2, you can come speak your piece before we get off of here. And speaking of Al Sharpton, I had to do it. Like, this is the last time we seen Al Sharpton over here.
Of those that were low.
Because I did bring up the judge in the Ahmaud Arbery case earlier, right? So, all right, it makes sense.
Yes. Reverend Baker.
Oh, yeah.
Who stood up even when other clergy wouldn't stand up. This pastor stood with the family.
Yes,
The others.
Yes.
That's right.
We want to thank Barbara Ann.
I'm sorry.
They had to deal.
That's right. That's right.
Devastated.
That's right.
And so defeated the lynch mob. Marcus Aubrey.
Oh God, please. Oh God, please forget.
I'm sorry.
Number one, I want to give all glory to God.
Oh, no.
Because that's who made all this possible.
Oh Lord help us.
Number two, I want to thank his mama. Yeah. And I want to thank my sisters and brothers. I want to thank my children for being strong through this rough time. Yes. Because I know it was hard what they had to deal with.
Yes.
And number two, I want to thank all y'all people, all the support y'all gave us. Because one of us ain't did this. Ain't no one side did this.
That's right.
God put us all together to make this happen. So it ain't no one side.
Wait, hold on. God put us together with these fools to kill us? What the?
He's so disgusting. He's so disgusting and ignorant.
What the?
Just ignorant. God put us together. God didn't put you together with them devils. Deuteronomy 7 tells you, don't come together with them. Don't give your children over to them. And what have we done? Everything we ain't supposed to do. That's why we at the bottom, right there.
Well, I guess he's right. Ain't no both sides. Both sides did it. We want to be on the white people. Ain't no one side.
Ooh, Lord.
I tell you, God don't work one-sided. Yes. God work two-sided. All right, I'm going to put you here, I'm going to put you there. Amen. So y'all pull together and work this thing. Amen. So, hey, that's what it's all about. Amen. Because if one side wouldn't work, it wouldn't have happened.
That's right.
You had people working when you wasn't working.
That's right.
Come on. When you weren't working, you had people out here working, marching, going in these offices. Yeah. We conquered that lynch mob. Yeah. We got that lynch mob. This history today.
All right. And so today, history has rewritten itself, and the judge who could let them people out this white bitch here and release those charges. That's history for you. But anyway, I was on something positive because Cassidra, you was right on the head, you know, when you were saying it. Hold on. All right. My brother MB2 is on here. What's going on, my brother?
Hey man, peace to everybody, man. Thank you there, brother Forecast. Yeah, I had gone to the store, so I caught your program a little late. I just got back in.
I know you missed a lot. But my question is, did we get the lynch mob, or did the lynch mob get us?
Oh, we've become the new lynch mob nowadays. I mean, it's insanity, pure insanity. I'd say it's a little bit of both nowadays. Just to give you guys a little bit of a heads up, because I'm always, kind of 1 foot and 1 step ahead of most of the nation. The standard way of operating, i.e., trying to assimilate by protest and buy-ins and any other type of non-functioning things, which clearly hasn't done anything for us in the last 100, 200, 300, 400 years. I'd say that anyone that is still consumed by that, that are still kind of like waiting for that, thinking that that might help us, like having 2 different national anthems sung at their Super Bowl games, or whatever it is. Anybody that's still consumed by that, I say bless you, because you're going to need God real soon. Whatever God you follow, you're going to need it. We're in the Wild West. Yeah, I mean, brother Forecast, we as African people globally, and definitely in particular in these diasporas, we're in the Wild West. Peckerwoods across the globe are losing it. They're crashing out hard. And all I could say is, act as if you're your own judge, jury, and executioner. I just got to be real with y'all. Don't follow anything anyone else tells you to do, especially if they're not African. Be your own judge, jury, and executioner from this point on. They've breached their limits of insanity. Clearly, is if you see how they're running their government, and this is what I wanted to see. I wanted this entire government to, because it needed this wake-up call for us to see that Europeans have never changed from the days they were in those caves eating each other. They have never changed. The only thing that changed about Peckerwoods and about crackers and their ilk, we're including every other non-African. The only thing that's changed is the calendar date. They have always been the same as they were in those caves, screwing animals and being what they are. So my thing is you're just seeing it in the surface right now. Thank God. The monkey that's in office now. Thank God it took that. So I say from this point on, if you're Black, I don't care who you are, where you are, what you call yourself, what you want to call yourself. Indigenous, Moor, Kemet, FBA, whatever nonsense is out there. Just know that you're in the new Wild West. And in the old so-called Wild West, they shot on sight if there was a threat that was considered to their being, whether it's through money, whether it's through physical threat, no matter what it is, somebody shot back on sight. Hopefully, everybody on this live stream and folks that they encounter that are Black have that same mentality. If not, brother Forecast, as I always say, find a good place to hide. Thanks a lot there, brother Forecast.
Hey, MD2, before you go real quick, did you see that what I was just showing with the 6-year-old girl shot the cop? Did you see that?
No, but I'll check it on the replay. I don't know if you've seen the thing with the neo-Nazis that held the banner. I did a program on that a few days ago. The neo-Nazis that went into a black basically the entrance to a Black neighborhood on an overpass over in Lincolnville or Lincolntown near Cincinnati. And Black folks, they got a little riled up, but they didn't complete the job. They should have thrown these crackers over the overpass, but we're a little too humane, unfortunately, for that. But I didn't know if you played that, that particular scenario.
Yeah, well, not that particular one that you had, but I did show that though.
Oh, good. I mean, this is what I mean by Wild West. We're a little too humane. We follow too many rules. There are no more.
Trust me, we're gonna get there. We ain't gonna have no choice but to get there.
I feel, Sister Cassidra, you're so right. We're at that
on the heels of it right now.
Exactly. Either we're gonna it's kill or be killed at this point.
I hope not too many go before. I hope too many don't die before we really get busy. Before we really decide to do something.
Yeah, if we could stop the Al Sharptons and these so-called protests and buy-ins, I don't think that. I think the casualty count on African people is going to go up quite exponentially.
Yeah, I feel you. That's the truth. And and I appreciate you coming on here, MD2 too. And And consider it, like, before we get off of here, like you brought it up, speaking, and MD2 spoke on it too, speaking on the buy-ins, and that's why I was like,
I
we
can
can talk
do this.
about it.
I am standing 10 toes on business. For a good cause. It's for a good cause. You gotta stay strong. We're making it no buy Wednesday for Black people, except if it's a Black-owned business. I just found out I have rehearsal tonight, and I thought I was gonna have a no rehearsal day, so I thought I was just gonna leave my food at home and eat it when I get home. But no, and then head to rehearsal because it's only Wednesdays. I really don't have to worry about it. It's one day of the week. I can make sure I have food one day of the week. Do know by Wednesday, she said. It'll be fine, she said. It's only one day, she said. It is literally one day. Anyone can do it for one day.
So what she's saying is, as a call to action for Black people, on Wednesdays, don't shop at any store unless it's Black owned. Like, of course, she was making the skit about all the excuses Black people gonna make, but she's calling it no buy when. I'll take any progress that we can get at this point. I appreciate that.
Exactly. Anything we can get right now.
Yeah. What you think about that, Anthony?
Yeah, I agree with your forecast. I wanted to be more. I think I wanted to be bigger than that. But like you said, okay, I understand because everybody don't have the same consciousness level, and so like you said, I agree. That's one step. But and then when you make one step, you do what, consider? You make two.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And then you can make some more. So I hope that we make that become a big thing where we go and support our people. At least support our people's business first before we go to the other people's shit.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Let's say we're gonna give as much as our dollar to our people, before we give it to them other people. And so I think it's a step, man, because you got to meet people where they at. But what we need to do though, we need to accelerate. We need to make it go a lot faster than that though, because like we always say, only we can save ourselves, man. So I agree with that, though.
Yeah, and the thing is, though, right? Maybe this could be a blessing in disguise, right? Where white people was like, "Hey, get the hell out of my neighborhood, Negro." You know what I'm saying? I don't want you in my businesses. I don't want you going to my stores. It's like with the MGTOW, you know what I'm saying? When they realized that the white dudes wasn't messing with them, like the Black MGTOW dudes, because the Black dudes made excuses for like the white girls, so they couldn't really. And then the white dudes, you already know, so they got kicked out the MGTOW, so they made the Black club. You know what I'm saying? But it took them getting kicked out of their club. You know what I'm saying? It may take you getting kicked out of their schools and their establishments, their poisonous foods and stuff that they give you. McDonald's. They may tell you no Negroes at McDonald's. Do you know what's going to happen? It's going to be a Black woman who makes some good ass hamburgers, who makes a killing. MG2, you still there?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, this is I didn't know that about the MGTOW situation. I just thought Negroes were just running amok. But thanks for that. Man, Brother Forecast, you're always giving excellent info. When you said about the hamburgers, can you imagine if Popeyes, McDonald's, Taco Bell, all of these said we're no more Black folks in our stores? Do you know that the rate of diabetes would probably go down by like 80%? Can you imagine all the heart disease that would probably go down by like 75, 80% of Black folks? Matter of fact, I think even cancers would be cut in half. If we went to the sisters that had the stores that weren't selling European products and things that Black folks have done. I tend to think that because before we amalgamated to them, just look at health rates before. Health rates before, when we were quote unquote what they call segregation, I just call it the oasis of Black folks, because that's where our oasis was when we were with each other. When you look at the health effects before and after, we were actually living healthier before. After, it was like, okay, massa, we'll take your GMO foods, we'll take your the yellow number 5, we'll take whatever you give us because we want to assimilate. Now, put that in terms of religion and the same thing that happened with us with health. happened with religion, happened with nationalism, happened with money. Okay, remember we had our own Negro Leagues, what they call them and stuff. Everything that happened when we assimilated, we've gotten sicker in every aspect of existence, from health to food to money to security. We had our own security. Now we have to wait for cops to beat us up, that kind of thing. I mean, just think about it. But yeah, I do appreciate that there, Brother Forecast.
Yeah, I mean, and the Negro Leagues made more money, and like usually, like, cause I was like, yo, I was watching something. It was like about business, but they was talking about like the owners or something, about sports owners, and like, yo, how they have control. But I like it never crossed the player's mind, like, that you are the product, the attraction, because like to them they are the product. We are the product, and what we want is their goods and services. And at the end of the day, like, you cannot be free unless, like, listen, we sent Ruby Bridges to their schools to get spit on and called N-word by grown adult white bitches and white dudes and children and everybody, you know what I'm saying? And we did that to fight, or white kids, I'm sorry. We did that to fight to get into their schools, right? See, it's hard to, like, you're going to have to fight them no matter what you do. But I'm saying, right, if you have fought them to, for one, I would say not let them take your tax money, because to me, like, we should be pissed off that they take our tax. To hell with them killing us, right? They take our tax money. We should be pissed off about that. The fact that we are subject to their income, and they control the resources, and to them, they control the value and the worth of everything, including you, because you got to go to sleep, because it ain't just tomorrow when you got to get up. You got to go to sleep tonight, you know what I'm saying? So you got to cancel out all that you're doing to get, like, what? Like, we make like $20 more than slaves used to make, and some slaves made that kind of money back then, contrary to belief, But until you was willing to, hey, look, the Negro Leagues beat them every year. We actually making more money than their league. Who's going to go see a white dude play basketball, football? We might, I don't know. We might pay to go see that because we love white people so much. I don't know. So we might, never mind. I forget everything I just said.
Brother Forecast, can I interject real quick?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
I appreciate you so much, because I mean, it's a dose of reality. I was thinking, for instance, all the things that we unfortunately need and depend on that everyone else is in control of. Something that really came to heart was this thing that everybody knows called central heating. Okay, back in the days when we were in the hills of Virginia working those fields, sometimes it got cold in those slave shacks. We found a way even back then to heat ourselves. Nowadays, we're like, I mean, we're so dependent. It's unfortunate just where we're at. I mean, even when it comes to energy, whether it's heating ourselves or cooking, we found a way. It's not like we can't. If anybody really knows where central heating came from, it was a Black woman who invented it. Modern day central heating was a sister who invented how that, and they've used it, and she never got paid for it. So it just kind of goes to show you that, I mean, it's not like we can't. It's like, do we really want to, not want to be, extensions, or what I call chocolate covered, melanated covered Caucasian? I really wonder. I'll pass the mic. Thank you there, Brother Forecast.
Yeah, for sure. And well, we can go to McDonald's or eat chillins if we want. We can drink out of water fountains that they drink out of. We can mess with white bitches all we want to. We got it made today. So I don't know what we complaining about. Anyway, I'll play this
organizations now that are trying to support Black farmers, and there are people who are coming out with amazing products that lean back as a nod to our lineage, which is great, and I love it. There's so much culture that needs to be in the industry, so I even though it's hard, I encourage many people to start their own thing. But when it comes to raising money, you want to make sure you have really good gross margin to start. And I always say start at 40%. There are organizations now that are trying to support Black farmers.
All right, so listen, and the key to all of this is, right, if you're not going to support your own, right? Like, you know why I say, like, Nick Cannon, the hell with him and all he say, but you know why he apologized? Because Negroes aren't going to support him if you stand on what he said. You know what I'm saying? He didn't say not truth, but is Negroes going to support him? And if you letting white businesses fund, like, and I'm not blaming the businesses, because if they're not getting supported, they get it from somewhere. It's all right to get grants and all that stuff, but the problem becomes when you letting all these organizations fund you, is it still black farmers or no? You know what I'm saying? Because most of the time, if you letting somebody else fund you, they making the decisions about what you do. You know what I'm saying? And are you willing, like, you want to buy into Costco, or you could simply make whatever the black version of whatever the black version would be, you know what I'm saying? But like Keisha Smart or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, whoever, are you willing to put your money where your mouth is? And I say no, unless you are forced to do so. Bakari asked me, and he said, I think if black people go back, if they try to make slavery again, black people would go back. And it's maybe true, but I think there is a certain level. I could be wrong, because slavery the first time wasn't enough to not make us want to be around them. So I could be wrong, right? But I think there is a level where black people will stand on their own when they have no crutches. Let them destroy their own system, right? And you know why I don't talk about like New World Order? Because we haven't caught up to the old world order. We should want a New World Order so that we can get from under the bottom and we be on the top of the order. We the ones that create the world order, right? But only people can make their world, get on top of the world order, is by you servicing them, you being the product that they make all of the money on. America, the whole industry, off of slaves. You could put all of the products together and it's still off of slave money. All of their armies, they would have lost every single war until they gave Negroes guns. You could have easily done anything you put your mind to. I'm gonna stop talking. Yo, my brother Anthony, what you want to? Cassidra, I'm sorry. Cassidra, you want to say something?
You know, I get quiet when the men get talking. Y'all were doing good. Go ahead.
You want to say something, my brother Anthony?
Yeah, is that right? One thing I was, I was kind of tickled me a little bit when I was listening to what MG2 said about, because I was just thinking the same thing, man. And he took the word right out of my mouth about when you said if McDonald's and all the places said black, we don't want your money no more, stay the hell away from them. And I'm just saying, like I was saying to myself, man, look how healthy we gonna get. You know what I'm saying? Eating all that bad restaurant fast food and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, that's a blessing in disguise, man. And then we could go back to, like Dr. John Henry Clark used to say, when integration came, we wanted to go to the white folks restaurants and all this stuff. But before integration, he said we had sisters all across the South, or wherever we was at, that had little cafes. No, it wasn't as big and fancy like like the white folks restaurant, but she could cook a meal that'll make you apologize, make somebody else apologize for thinking they could cook. Remember what Dr. Clark said that? I mean, that it would be such a blessing, man, because I think that would kickstart the small black business back up again like it used to be. I mean, we got business now, but just imagine, us spending all our money only with us. You know what I'm saying? Us building up our economy again, like it was then. I was going to say also, out last night for a guest, I was watching a documentary. I might send it to you if I get a chance to. I was watching a documentary on the Montgomery bus boycott. Okay, now how we always talking about how we bought into the integration thing, and we want to integrate and live among these people, which is true. But there was during that Montgomery bus boycott, there were a lot of black businessmen who was against that shit. You know what I'm saying? There were black businessmen who were against that. Who and he talked about? I mean, it was this one. I can't think his name. I got the tape of the video in my archive, and they was asking him about what he thought about it. This black brother, he was like a millionaire businessman in Montgomery, and he was like, man, you know, black people, we done worked so hard here in Montgomery, here in Alabama, to establish ourselves. We done created our own economy. You know, have our businesses. You know, we've become self-sufficient. And he was saying that how, you know, this is gonna fuck up everything. You know what I'm saying? So, and it wasn't just there; it was across the board. In other places, you know, when they had the integration movement, there was a lot of black businessmen who was like, you know, who was like against it. You know, we had vibrant communities, man, and a lot of those business leaders, they was like, man, this is gonna fuck us up, man. And then the next thing you know, our cities have turned into what they call the inner city ghettos and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because they want to integrate, and they want to go over there and send their black dollars elsewhere and everything. You know what I'm saying? And taking our tax base, our money from out of our communities. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that, man. I'll rest my mic right there.
No, yeah, that's true. And you know, I don't know if it said on there, but according to the story, the deacons of defense had to go around beating up some people who weren't down with the boycott. You know what I'm saying? And I will also say, if McDonald's banned black people, we would get the most exercise we ever got protesting the ban. I think, you know, we would fight to get back in there. But we would be healthy though for a little while. But you know what the problem is? Chick-fil-A will put out another chicken sandwich and we'll be around the block, or Popeyes or whoever did it. But yo, MDT, you want to say something?
Exactly, their brother forecast. You know, I mean, getting a lot of exercise protesting the ban of McDonald's. I mean, that is all I could say is, and you brought something up that was really good, because I have to ask everybody. I mean, anyone could answer this question: who is the current president of the United States?
Donald Trump.
Elon Musk.
Anthony, you read my mind again, brother forecast. It's not he who has the gold makes the rules; it's he who makes the rules has the gold. And here's what I mean. See, you've got Donald Trump is no different than black folk. He's been bought and sold. Okay, he's just a bought puppet of those that wanted him to do what he had to do, and he's doing the interest of those, i.e., white nationalists, bagel-eating Jews, whoever else. And I'm gonna circle this back to what happened to us, okay? Because you brought something, you really brought something up that was really good there, brother forecast, in terms of, you know, we're literally, what we've done is we've sold ourselves for for actually nothing, you know, basically at a discount, to assimilate into someone else's nonsense, you know, by waiting for Al Sharpton to go ahead and have us buy at Costco, you know. And when, you know, if you look at who's really running United Snakes, of course, we know now that it's all out in the open. Elon Musk, Jeff Yass, you know, Adelson, David Sachs, Peter Thiel, Roland Botha, you know. I mean, clearly we know that what's happening. Okay, the mask is revealed. And the thing is, as I look at that, as African people, we've sold ourselves for assimilation. Okay, to get along, to try to be one of somebody else, you know, to lose our frame of reference of survival, so that way we could be considered human in someone else's eyes. Ergo, the so-called MGTOW that joined white boys, and when white boys told me, the crackers told them, hey, you ain't one of us because we listen to Kendrick Lamar, Negroes decided, well, you know, I guess we're gonna do our own thing. It's no different than what we do when we work for someone else. We're selling our time and our energy and our labor for someone else 8, 10, 12 hours a day, so therefore we could go ahead and assimilate, so we could eat the foods that they give us, wait for the so-called, you know, police or security they give us, you know, making sure we have heat when it snows because they give us the heat. Because, you know, if we need water to drink, then, you know, of course we got to wait for them to give us water. You know, I mean, it's no different than when you were talking about, because you kind of alluded to it, about selling yourselves out, basically. And we've done that in the last, you know, actually several centuries, but escalated in the last 70 years. And I have to implore this, and I'm going to reiterate and overstate this. You're in the Wild West. Anyone else's rules that are not for African self-preservation and actually conquering at this point, if you can even, I can even imagine that. If it's not for our own self-preservation and you follow someone else's rules, you're in trouble. Everything that someone else tells you not to do, if it's in the detriment, if you cannot use it as a weapon, tool, or a lesson, and it's not for the benefit of Black folks, hey, you know, their rules do not apply to me. Okay, no matter what it is, I don't care. I don't give a crap. And I just trying to tell folks at this point, if you still think that something's going to happen to where you could get back to a so-called normal America, let me know who you are. Even if you live next door to me, I'll move. Okay, I'll move to somewhere in Siberia because I don't want to be around folks that aren't going to survive. I'll pass the mic there, Brother Forecast.
Yeah, and what you said is facts. And the thing is, I want to say speaking of all of that, I think that personally you should be putting your resources, time, and energy into building like your schools and your next generation and the businesses that you need, as MG2 would say that you would, what you say, kill, die, or how you say it, MG2?
Businesses, products, goods, and services that you want, you need, and want, need, can't do without, and ready to kill for.
Right. Yeah. And that's what you should be putting your energy in, right? And when it comes to if you're going to vote, though, you have to put your resources behind whatever candidate it is, or don't mean, and that's even still a risk, I think, but it's still like the only thing that you can do because a candidate is going to be beholden to whoever funds him. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of these politicians, I don't know why we make excuses for like one or the other. It'd be like bought off, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be like, well, if that was my son, I would do the same thing, Well, you shouldn't have made the law in the first place then. How about that? You know what I'm saying? Or but the point is, you gotta be willing to put the money where your mouth where your talk is. If you want Black people to vote, then get somebody who is for Black people, about Black people, and let's put our money and resources behind them. Because MB2 and Anthony mentioned John Henry Clark, and the problem is at the end of his life, like he didn't have money and people taking care of him, and that's the problem that it comes back down to. So why you still go to Costco, why you still go to Walmart, why you still go to sleep tonight so you can get up tomorrow and give like a third of your life and a half of your money. Yeah, probably all of your money, because you got to buy stuff after that from the same people that they give you just enough money to get back to work to do. But if you don't even know that you in a cycle of slavery or nothing like that, then you don't even want to be free. So if you want to be free, then you have to put your money where your mouth is, or your actions, I should say, where your mouth is. If you want to talk about voting, then give me a person who is about Black people, and most likely in the Black community, because in the 1800s, there was Black mayors and all this stuff where they had Black cities and stuff. And the thing is, they kept themselves separated because they knew where they stood. And I think that it is a problem when you don't know where you stand and you let other people educate your children. So it might be a blessing in disguise if you are open to it. But I'm gonna let Cassidra have the last words. So we're gonna go in reverse. MG2, you want to, everything you want to say to wrap up the conversation?
Just saying, I appreciate you guys, man. I do appreciate you there, Brother Forecast. If I have to just keep reinstating and overstating, just be very vigilant. And anyone that you encounter, it might be family, it might be friend, it might be foe, it doesn't matter. If they think, and if they're still betting on the status quo to remain the same, in terms of, if they're like, they might be into sports and that's their whole life, cool deal, still relate with them. They might be into, going to the club, cool, they're your friends, relate with them. But when it comes down to your survival, you may want to go ahead and limit your time, your energy, and any kind of things that might not, because clearly they're going on a path. There was a movie called The Poseidon Adventure that came out in 1973. And at the time when the ship turned upside down and you had one set of individuals trying to find a way, going to, trying to find out of the ship. And then you had this police trying to show these other folks, go to the bottom of the ship because we think that's a way out. And he led them all to their death. These folks that you're around that like sports, like the club, like the debate online about nonsense, whatever, they spend a lot of their time assimilating. Just know that they're no different than those that are leading you to your death. Right now, USS Titanic is like the Poseidon adventure. It's going to the bottom of the sea. Get out. Not just a movie called Get Out. I'm talking really, get out. Start thinking as if you're on your own nation and act accordingly. There are no rules that you're bound by. Anyways, thank you there, Brother Forecast. Peace to everyone here on the chat and in the panel.
I appreciate you for coming on, MV2, and y'all subscribe to MV2 channel, Marcus Garvey 2, Marcus Garvey 3. You know, y'all make sure y'all support and listen to what he be saying, because you know, he gives a lot of in-depth information that I should probably be talking about, but I don't know. I ain't got the energy right now. I don't know. Like, y'all making me anyway. Yo, my brother Anthony, yo, you what you got to say to wrap up everything, my brother?
Yeah, I'm double down on what MG2 said, man. We got to move like our own nation, man. That's what we got to do. Our nation, a black nation, our black nation. We got to move like a nation and not no part of being part of America. We got to do for us, man. Fuck the rest. I'll leave it right there.
No, yeah, that's facts. That's facts. And I appreciate you for coming on here and supporting, like, you know, as much as you do, and coming on here every week to talk about what we talking about. So I appreciate you, my brother. And Cassidra, you already know I appreciate you and like all your time. I'm sorry it's hella late. I'm sorry I was late today, you know.
Oh, no, that's fine. I appreciate you guys, every last one of you guys, because I'm listening to you guys, and I try to sit back and let the guys do what you do. You guys are the heads. I honor that for you guys, because, you know, they get tired of hearing women talk. We want to hear the guys talk. I enjoy hearing the guys have their say, and I appreciate you guys. Yes. Also, want to talk about, I hope that we are helping you guys to think about what you guys need to do as far as what's your next step. I'm thinking about doing a show as far as my move, right? Because, you know, we was talking about me moving in November, and I'm thinking about bringing that back just so I can kind of help people that do want, you know, to move and is thinking about moving. Maybe we can, you know, do a show as far as what we need to set up, you know, in order to make that happen, because some people just don't know what to do. And I've been doing a little journal, and I've been doing, you know, putting some things in place even now. And people say, well, why are you moving? Or why are you running? I've had some people ask me that, and I'm like, running for what? I just want peace. That's what it is for me. It's not about running. It's about just peace. And I never wanted to retire in America. And I knew that eventually when I was able, I was going to move. Right. So I just want to maybe document that journey, so people that need help, or, you know, people that just need to know where to start. How do I do it? Which place are you going to? And that the place that you go to is going to be totally up to you. Where do you feel safe? You know, so, but I just appreciate this coming on here, but I hope that we're saying something that's going to help you to think about some things and what you need to do in your life. You know, I'm always going to say, you guys need to have water. If you're going to be here in America, you need to be stacking up on water. You need to stock up on your peanut butter, your peanuts, and your candy bars. You guys know what I'm talking about. And just make sure that your household is safe. People come and, you know, they come and distract your peace, and they're on your porch, they're on your property, and they're coming into your house, and they're not welcomed, or you didn't invite them in. You're going to have to handle your business, because it's going to be a point where we're not going to have men in blue to save us, you know, because it's going to get really bad here in America. And if you're here, it's going to be really rough for you. So I just want you guys to be thinking about that. And also investing. Who's investing? I hope you guys are on here investing. XRP is an amazing investment, you know. Just don't sit there knowing that it's, you know, the dollar is falling. They're going to use something else. I hope you know you should be investing in XRP right now in XLM. Okay. And with that said, I rest my mic.
Yeah, and
okay. I just want to say one thing real quick, if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, number one, consider, I don't never get tired of hearing your voice. You know what I'm saying? I love your wisdom, that ancient African woman wisdom. That's cool. And the other thing is this right here. Anybody who talking about you running, you know what? Every slave loves escaping. You know what I'm saying? The one who wants freedom, Hey, it ain't nothing wrong with escaping the motherfucker that's raping you every day. You know what I'm saying? And oppressing you and beating you and enslaving you. Whoever said that, that's a slave that want to stay on the plantation. That's all I want to say.
And I know that's true. You know how some people are afraid of freedom. You know, some people don't ever travel, and that's okay. If that's, you know, some people say, "Oh, this our land. I ain't going nowhere." I'm like, okay, you was forced to do this, but if you say this your land, this is your land. That's your personal opinion. Just go ahead and stay here, have fun. But I know for me and mine, we out. Seriously, I'm not gonna live like this. I'm not. I've never wanted to retire here, and me and my kids, husband talked about it, so. We've been putting things in place to do, you know, to live our best life, you know. So, and it doesn't matter what people say. People can say what you want. You want to stay here? Hey, stay here. I have no gripes with you doing that, but I have to do what's best for me and mine.
Yeah, consider that's what we was talking about last week. Drape the Mania and MD2 and Anthony. I know they know about it. They the only ones out here talk about it, other than what it is. But yeah. Like when is a mental illness for Black people to want to be free.
It really is. It really is.
And also, I would say, yeah, you should definitely document it and like, you know, put it out there and like, you know, that would be dope. And also like when you saying like, yo, like letting the woman, I agree with Anthony, because think about it, most of the males, as MD2 would say, come on here to argue with you, and you doing more stuff than any of us. For real, like, and they trying to argue with you about some stupid stuff that they don't even know what they be talking about. Like,
I don't even pay them no attention. I just, you know, I'm just on here to help you. And when the men come, I can step back. I don't have a problem with that. I know how to submit. I step back and let you guys, because I enjoy the wisdom.
I could listen to you forever there, Sister Cassidra.
Yeah, and the problem is the males come on here not doing that. You know what I'm saying? They try to argue with you and saying stupid stuff. And you it should be the way that you're saying, but unfortunately, that's why we got enslaved like 3 times in the last 1,000 years. About to be 4 times.
Yes, I know.
So
but it is what it is, though, you know.
Yeah. Y'all find if y'all don't find a good place to hide, I hope y'all get a good plantation to go to. That's all I can say.
You better do something. Better invest in some land or something. I swear, you guys better do something.
Yeah, I hope the slave owner like you is one of those good white people that they be telling us about. I hope you get one of those.
I don't know about that. Good luck to you, though.
Yeah. Yo, shouts out to all that. Shouts out to Raw, who is in the building. I appreciate you, Raw, for always showing support. You know, William Bell, I appreciate you, my brother. I know you probably be listening all the time, but even though you don't be in the chat, but you've been listening to me for like years, so I shouts out to him. Shouts out to Matron. Y'all support Matron and listen to what she be dropping knowledge. Y'all need to go on her channel and listen to what she's saying, and it's be like all straight information and facts, and y'all support what she's doing. You know what I'm saying? I'll post it up the next time she go live, you know, but y'all support her and what she's doing, you know. But and shouts out to MD2. Y'all support him. Y'all support Anthony. Y'all see CassidraCheek app and the thing, Realm in the Bush organization. Y'all support her and everything she's doing. So, and as always, we have got to start standing for something, or we're gonna keep falling for anything.
Peace, family.